Welcome back to a brand new video, guys. My name is Timmy the Toy Time King, and today we are back with another tier list video. And the type I've chosen for today's video is the Dragon type. And now Dragon type is probably one of the most popular typings in the whole of Pokemon, and we have a lot of really cool dragons, so it would be really cool to rank all of them in a tier list. So if you guys do enjoy this video, please leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel for more Pokemon content. I'm going to try and do a tier list for every type. Hopefully there's 18 typings. I think I can do it. I'm already on 2 out of 18, so I'm 1/9 of the way there. So yeah, without further ado, let's begin this tier list. Now obviously there isn't that many dragons compared to water types, so this video will be shorter, but now we have the dragon types here, all of them from A to Z here. So we're going to start off with Altaria and its Mega Evolution. Now Mega Altaria, I thought, yeah, this Pokemon is pretty good because it already helps out Altaria, which honestly to me is a C tier Pokemon, but Mega Altaria really improves on Altaria's design and, like, you know, the whole cloud type thing. Like, Altaria should even be a dragon type at this point, but it doesn't look like one. And a lot of the dragons don't really look like dragons. Like, some of them, we have like Gumi here, for example, Alolan Executor, even Vibrava. But like, yeah, Mega Altaria is definitely better than Altaria, so that's B tier. And then we have Altaria at C tier. Now Mega Ampharos, I actually like Mega Ampharos. A lot of people say it has a silly design, but I actually appreciate it, so that's B tier for Mega Ampharos. Axew now. Axew evolves into the beast that is Haxorus, and I like Axew. It's a pretty cool mon. So that's definitely B tier. Iris in the anime had an Axew, and even though her character, I didn't really appreciate Iris in black and white, but what do you call it? Axew is a pretty cool Pokemon. Now moving on to Bagon. Bagon, I remember that episode in the anime where Bagon wanted to fly and evolve into a Salamence, and I'm not sure if it actually ended up evolving into a Salamence. I can't remember that far back, but yeah, Bagon has a pretty cool design, and yeah, a lot of the LC dragons are pretty cool. I'll give them that. So that's another B tier Pokemon. Like, B tier is probably just the average, and then C is just the below average. I don't hate any dragon type, and I don't think any of them are shit or like really bad. So yeah, I'm probably not gonna fill up the D tier. Now moving on to Mega Charizard X. Mega Charizard X is definitely an A rank mon for me. It's like, if Charizard only had one Mega Evolution, I would definitely prefer it to be Mega Charizard X because it just has a really cool design. Like blue flames, black, like just perfect, you know. Like, I've always liked blue flames because they just look really cool. And blue may not be my favorite color, but like, it just looks sick. And like, when I first saw Mega Charizard X, like when X and Y was coming out, I was just like, wow, this is a really step up from Charizard, which I think is an overrated Pokemon. Is why it has 2 Mega Evolutions in the first place. But yeah, I would prefer Charizard to have like 1 Mega Evolution, and then what do you call it? It would be X. So yeah, shout out to Mega Charizard X for being the first A rank mon in this video. Now moving on to Dino or Dano, however you want to pronounce it. It has the German name for number 1 in it. But yeah, Dano, this thing takes a whole lot of time to evolve, but like, I still appreciate its mon. I remember my first playthrough of Black and White when I got to Victory Road. You get to Victory Road and you fight like level 40 Pokemon of this, and then I think it evolves at like level 50 something. So there's only like 10 more levels, and then you get Zwilus. Then you have the whole stage of trying to evolve it to level 64 to get Hydreigon. I'm not even talking about those mons yet. I'm still on Dino, but yeah, Dino is a B tier mon. Dialga, the time god, the, you know, the thing that stabilizes time with its own breath, apparently, definitely A tier mon for me. Like, most of these legendaries are probably going to be A tier mons because they're just really cool. And Dialga, even though I prefer Palkia, which we'll probably get onto later in this list because you see Palkia is right here in it. So yeah, I do prefer Palkia, but Dialga is no slouch either. Being the god of time, this mon is pretty overpowered. Now moving on to Dragalge or Dragalge, the mon that no one really knows how to pronounce properly at all. But yeah, this thing is pretty cool, I can't lie. Dragon Poison hasn't been used before, and Dragalge or Dragal, I hate pronouncing this thing's name, man. Like, I changed my pronunciation like halfway through. It just pisses me off, so I'm just gonna stop talking about and put in B tier because it is a pretty cool mon. It has adaptability, works pretty well in competitive, and it isn't the rarely used here, but it hits pretty strong apparently with its Draco Meteors. Now moving on to Dragonair. Dragonair, I've always appreciated Dragonair's design for some reason. Like, it might be simplistic, just a snake looking thing with balls on its tail and like a horn and like wings, I would say. Those aren't its ears, I think those are wings. But yeah, I do like Dragonaire's design, so that is another B tier Pokemon. Now moving on to Dragonite, probably the most overrated, one of the most overrated dragon types. I don't know what the most overrated is, that is a bit of a hard one to make out, but I do like Dragonite. I don't particularly hate it, but I'm not a fanboy like a lot of people are of it, because I do prefer other dragon types over Dragonite. But yeah, it can go next to its pre-evolution in the B tier. Now Drampa as well. I have a lot of things to say about Drampa. It is one of the PU's best rule breakers. I come to appreciate it more, because when I first saw it, I was just like, this Pokemon looks weird, but it does have the unique type combination of normal dragon, which you have to, you know, appreciate, because we haven't had that type in the past. And it is pretty cool with its dual stab combination, because it gets Hyper Voice and Draco Meteor, which are decently strong hitting moves. Now just imagine if it got Boom Burst. I would actually be really scared of Drampa if it got Boom Burst. But yeah, so we're gonna put in B tier. Now Giratina as well. Again, I like most of these are gonna go into B tier unless we get into like the legendaries. But yeah, Giratina is in B tier. I don't have much to say about it. The whole line is just like, they're still good, but they're not great for me, because I like other Pokemon more dragon types more. But yeah, Giratina can go in B tier. Now Hydreigon, I don't want to put Hydreigon in C, but I really do want to put in C. I don't hate it, but compared to the other dragon types, it just really doesn't really offer anything. Like, it doesn't evolve into anything. It has average stats. It's just, and even though I played Auras RU for the longest time and Hydreigon was in that tier, I just really never had an attachment to it. So that's the second C tier one we got. Now Lone Executor, oh god, I have a huge attachment to this one now because of PU. And even though it's banned from PU now and NU are using it to the best of its abilities, this one was a beast in PU. And like, it gets a lot of hate for its design, but I really don't really mind its design, to be honest. Like, you have to question how Palm Tree is a dragon type, but they make anything a dragon type these days. Have you seen Gumi? Have you seen Vibrava? Have you seen freaking Ultra Necrozma? Like, they just wanted to give that a dragon type because it's a legendary lizard, so it has to be a dragon. So yeah, Learning Executor's in A. Flygon, my favorite Pokemon of all time. If you've been watching my channel for quite a while, my favorite Pokemon of all time. S tier, definitely. Ever since Jirachi and the Wishmaker, I've always liked Flygon because it's green, it's a dragon, and even though I'm not a dragon fanboy like I know a certain friend of mine is, but I still appreciate Flygon because it's just an amazing Pokemon. And I'm so happy we got Dragon Dance this generation because it really needed some love, and Dragon Dance was the way for it to get the love that it deserves. Now Fracture is probably A as well. Fracture is an amazing Pokemon. I've always liked Fracture's design. It's probably one of the best looking middle stage evolutions in the entire franchise. Like, it's very solid, and like, I appreciate it. I also been playing NFE recently, and Fracture is one of my go-to sweepers because it gets access to Dragon Dance and Swords Dance, which is pretty nice, so you can decide which one you want to go for. Same as Haxorus and UU, to be honest. And we'll get onto Haxorus later as well, because that's most likely A. But onto the next Pokemon, Gabite. Gabite is B tier. Compared to other middle stage dragons like Fracture, like, it doesn't get Dragon Dance. It is a Dragon Ground type, which is pretty cool, but Flygon already has that for me, and so does Vibrava. But Gabite is okay, I suppose. Mega Garchomp, I would say, I don't know why this thing needed a Mega Evolution, to be honest. Its shiny is probably one of the worst looking shinies in the game. And yeah, definitely C tier. Garchomp did not need a Mega Evolution. I think they were slowly prepping in 2013 to get the Sinnoh remakes out for whatever generation's coming out, Gen 8 most likely. And they're just like, Cynthia's gonna have to use a Mega Garchomp or some shit like that, because everyone likes Cynthia for some reason. But yeah, C tier. Garchomp on its own, probably B tier. It's still able to function well even without its Mega Evolution, and even in overuse right now, if I recall correctly, regular Garchomp is better than its Mega Evolution. So yeah, we're gonna put that in B tier. Now Gibble, I loved Ash's Gibble. Ash's Gibble was so cool. Like, the running gag with its Draco Meteor hitting Piplup, and because it couldn't master it, that was pretty cool in the anime. So Gibble's B tier. I have respect for Gibble. Pretty cool LC Dragon type. Now we're on to the god of the underworld, distortion world, hell, whatever you want to call it, because Giratina is a demon, ghost dragon type. Now both of its forms could probably be an A, but I've always liked Giratina origin form because It is the mascot Pokemon Platinum, and despite the fact I don't like Diamond Pearl Platinum as games, like it is cooler than its regular form when it's not in the distortion world. So yeah, I appreciate Giratina O, and it is the more offensive version of the form, which I do appreciate in the Ubers tier because I do like my hyper offense, and Giratina O actually hits pretty hard thanks to its 120 attack stat alongside its really strong 120 base power move in Shadow Force. Like all the ghost legendaries get broken physical moves, but like other ghosts in lower tiers get stuck with Shadow Claw and the Phantom Force, which is pretty shit if you ask me. But yeah, I prefer Giratina O over regular Giratina, so that's why it ends up in B. Now moving on to Goodra. Goodra is probably another B tier mon for me. I think I remember making my pseudo legendary best to worst competitively video back in the day, if you guys were still here from back then. But yeah, Goodra is like in the middle. It's not the worst, but it's not the best either. And I don't have much attachment to this one because yeah, Gumi, the meme dragon itself. How did something like this become a dragon? We will never know. But B tier because I don't particularly hate it, and it is it's actually pretty cool that a snail somehow or slug or whatever became a dragon type. Guzzlord. Recently banned from PU, yet still my favorite Ultra Beast. Definitely ends up in A tier because I don't know why Guzzlord's my favorite Ultra Beast. Like it's probably the worst competitively, yet it's my favorite one. And like that just shows competitive doesn't mean much for when you like a mon or not, because Guzzlord sucks like looking at Uyu perspective, but like I just appreciate his design. Maybe not shiny because the shiny is just really bad, but I appreciate his design. And yeah, not much to say about Guzzlord. Like his design is pretty cool, and Darker Dragon has one of the highest HP stats in the entire franchise, which you can appreciate as well. But alongside the shitty defenses, but that doesn't matter because Guzzlord lived close combat from Ape from full health, you know, like from full health. And like it has like 53 base defense, but with 223 base HP, it can live anything, man. Like Guzzlord is just a beast, and I'm happy he's gone from PU because the mon was once it got in, it just got killed, which was very annoying, and it never got OQ'd unless it was like a fairy move from like Silver Valley Fairy or something. But yeah, Hakamoto. I'm basically forced to put Hakamoto in A at this point. Like I don't hate it, but I have to put in A because that's my ZUPL team right now. Hakamoto is an A tier mon because Hakamoto is pretty sick. I've used Choice Scarf Hakamoto in NFE, and that's also pretty cool as well. But it just lacks like power sometimes. And Dragon Fighting is a very cool typing. I was waiting for that typing for quite a while, and I'm happy that we got it in Hakamoto and Komuro, because those are pretty cool mons, especially Komuro because it has its own Z move, just to give it some love. And once it got a Z move, it just got banned from UU because then it moves up to OU because yeah, it's pretty cool there. Ah, my days. Give me a second, guys. Sorry about that. I didn't want to stop the video, but my nose was just acting up for me. Now Haxorus, definitely A tier mon. I couldn't know. You know what? Haxorus is S. Haxorus is the second S tier mon. Like I'm probably gonna say Haxorus is my second favorite dragon type. I really love Haxorus a lot. Its black shiny is amazing. I have a lot of memories of Haxorus as well. Same as Flygon, to be honest. Some of the first Pokemon I used in competitive when I started playing Auras, EV training or Super training, playing with my friends and having those good times those years ago. And Haxorus was a very dangerous guy. The amount of games I won just because Haxorus got up 2 Dragon Dances and they just swept. Like Haxorus is a goat. I wish it was a pseudo legendary Pokemon. It feels like one, but it isn't because it doesn't have the 600 base stat total. But yeah, it should be a pseudo legendary because it has such a wham attack stat of 147. And yeah, now moving on to the actual pseudo legendary or Gen 5 Hydreigon. Hydreigon is probably A rank for me as well. Like Getsis's Hydreigon, oh god. If you guys remember Getsis's Hydreigon in Black and White 1, oh, that guy was so hard because he had the perfect coverage to hit all the starters. He had like coverage to just hit everything, and then like it was just very strong. His Hydreigon was very strong, and if you were under leveled, there was no way of you beating Hydreigon. And like the fact that fairy types didn't exist back in Gen 5 as well meant it didn't have a quad weakness. So yeah, Hydreigon was living life back in 5th gen. It's still pretty good right now, even with its quad fairy weakness. In a tier full of fairies and UU like Mega Otari and stuff like that. Yeah, I said a few fairies. Yeah, I named one, but that's besides the point, guys. Hydreigon is still living life in the higher tiers. So yeah, definitely A rank one for me. Jangmo, uh, probably C tier for me because it's just the forgettable LC dragon. Like I don't care for this one at all. I don't even think it's dragon fine. It's just pure It's just pure dragon. I was struggling there, guys. Pure dragon. So like, yeah, I don't appreciate Jangmo that much because I just didn't care for it. Now moving on to Kingdra, it's the evolution of Seadra. Yeah, I prefer Seadra. So that's B tier for Kingdra. It just has very weird stat distribution. I'll say is like 85, 95, 95, and then 85 speed, and I'm just like, why? It's just so weird. Like it doesn't gain any special attack from evolving from Seadra, which I would have really liked to see because it would hit so much harder. But it does have Swiss Swim plus Dragon Stab, so that is enough to make up for it. To be perfectly honest with you, it gets Dragon Dance. It can attack on both sides of the spectrum. Kingdra is a pretty interesting Pokemon. I swear at one point Kingdra was at OU because it kept jumping at the beginning of the generation because of rain and shit. Because once Pelipper got Drizzle, all the rain abusers just got like taken out of the closet. They're like, let's just throw it with Pelipper, see how it goes. So that's why Kingdra was OU at one point. And I don't know what tier it's in now. Are you ban list? I don't even remember. But yeah, moving on to Como. Como, I appreciate Como a bit more now because it got Z move. And if you guys remember that like glitch in the battle tree where it had Shell Smash, oh, I was really hoping in Ultra Sun and Moon that Como got Shell Smash because I was just like, why the hell does this get Shell Smash? And like it was just a mistake on their part because it's an illegal move on it. But like, that would have been so sick. It would definitely be an A rank mon if I had Shell Smash. But yeah, it's B rank for now. Now moving on to the Kyurem forms. Here's my take on the Kyurem forms. Kyurem Black is A. Like, I respect Kyurem Black. Kyurem White is B, even though it's the better form. And then Kyurem ends up in B as well. Because Kyurem Black's my favorite one because I did get Black too. So I have a more of an emotional attachment to Kyurem Black. We really need a physical move on Kyurem Black. Like, we don't even have Ice Punch. Like, Ice Hammer would be fine, but you'll just be losing speed. So you're better off just using like Free Shock Z. But yeah, I really want a stronger physical ice move on Kyurem Black because Kyurem White has Ice Beam because it's on the special attacking side alongside with Draco Meteor, which is 130 base power. So Kyurem White is living the life in Ubers while Kyurem Black is stuck in OU, which isn't bad by any standards. But again, physical ice move when please. Generation 8, give that to us. Now Latias and Latios, I said Latias and Latios, just to, you know, add the oomph to it. Their Mega Evolutions are probably the same level. B, they're next to each other. You can't tell the difference. They just have different eye color. And then I prefer Latios, A rank, and Latios is B. I mean Latias is B. Where did I move Turtonator from? Yeah, it should be before Tyrantrum, to be honest. Yeah. And now on to Naganadel. Naganadel, this one was a beast when it came out. It was in OU for a bit, and then it got quick banned because we know how broken it is. It got nasty plot. It had perfect coverage. Fire Blast, Draco Meteor, Sludge Wave. Once it got a nasty plot up and then it got +1 speed, it was pretty much impossible to revenge kill reliably. So yeah, very strong Pokemon in OU, but it kind of rots in Ubers a bit now. But yeah, definitely B rank Mon because its design is pretty cool, I can't lie. And it's shiny. Oh, the shiny. It's just amazing. My bad. Ultra Necrozma, the Light God himself. Again, probably another A rank Mon because I do appreciate Ultra Necrozma's design, and the shiny isn't half bad either. So yeah, that works out. Now moving on to Noibat. Noibat is probably a forgettable dragon type for me. C tier. Flying dragon swapped around instead of dragon flying makes it unique, but that's all it has going for it. While Noivern is probably B tier as well because it is a cool dragon type, but compared to the other dragon types, you might tend to forget about Noivern because it is like in the mid lower tiers, like in RU and shit like that. So yeah, but it does get Boom Burst, but it's not Stab, so that sucks to be Noivern. But Hurricane plus Draco Meteor are very strong dual stabs if you ask me. Now moving on to Palkia. If I said Dialga was, I preferred Dialga less than Palkia and it still ended up in A tier, then Palkia is definitely A tier because it's the Space God. You have the Space and Time Gods next to each other at this point because they're actually pretty cool. And even though Gen 4 is my least favorite generation of all time, I do appreciate their box art legendaries because they are really, really cool. And like, I use Pokemon more than Dialga, because I'll tell you my story, yeah. So at the time, I had Platinum, I had Black and White. My Black and White and Black and White 2 were completed at the time. I went back to Platinum to try and complete the game. And you know how post-game you can catch the Yoga at Poké at Spear Pillar if you get the orbs? So I got the orbs in Mount Coronet, yeah, blah blah blah, did that. And then I caught them with Master Balls, because I can't lie, I hacked my game. I hacked the game. So yeah, I transferred them to Gen 5, and then I ended up using Poké more than Dialga for some reason. But yeah, Poké is pretty cool. I think it's still on my Auras right now, but yeah. I'll definitely try and transfer my Pokemon Gen 7, but I don't know how that's going to work for Gen 8, to be honest. I'd love to have my Pokemon from Gen 4 to Gen 8, man. 4 more generations. But yeah, Rayquaza and Mega Rayquaza, both A-rank mons. The mascots of Emerald, like, come on, man. They have to be here. Rayquaza has to be here. Like, I remember a memory, first Emerald playthrough, went to the Sky Tower, or whatever it's called, and I caught Rayquaza with just a Pokeball in 2 attempts. And like the AB method, like my friend back in the day told me, oh, there's an AB method. I was like, does that actually legitimately work? And I was like, I don't think it does work, but like at the time, I was willing to believe anything, because I was like, oh, that's actually pretty cool. So then I press it, and I'm just like, AB, 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 caught with a Pokeball. I was just like, yes, get in. I was so happy that day. So yeah, moving on to Reshiram. I prefer over Zekrom, so that's definitely a rank mon as well. Like, both Reshiram and Zekrom are really cool. I do appreciate Reshiram's white design. Like, it's white done well, and it's a fire type as well. The first fire type ever not to be weak to water, followed by Turtonator, which shares the same typing as Reshiram here. And yeah, I appreciate Reshiram because Black and White was my first Gen 5 game. When I wanted to play White as well, but obviously my attachment to Reshiram was stronger than Zekrom. But you do get Zekrom in Black and White too, so that does make up for it. Now moving on to Salamence. Mega Salamence is probably B for me. Like, it's a croissant at this point. And then you have Salamence as well. Salamence here is probably B as well, because yeah, compared to other dragons, I don't like Salamence as much, but regardless, it's still a good dragon type. Mega Sceptile, Beta as well. I don't know how they decide what is a dragon and what isn't a dragon at this point, because they just gave it a longer tail and gave it more lizard-like appearance, because it is a gecko, and geckos are kind of related to lizards and shit like that. So they're just like, let's just add the dragon type on it, because we all know pure grass is really bad defensively. So yeah, if that works out for them, that works out for them. So yeah, B rank Mega Sceptile goes. Shelgon as well. Shelgon, I don't want to put Shelgon in C, because I do appreciate Shelgon's design, but it's probably a low B mon, because again, a forgettable middle stage evolution, and it sucks in NFE compared to other dragon types like Goodbye, Fracture, etc. Now Sliggoo as well, probably next to its evolution Goodra. I appreciate Sliggoo a bit more because of NFE, and yeah, Turtonator as well, B tier. Get Shell Smash. You would think it would be A because it gets Shell Smash, but it's one of the slower Shell Smash users, along with the fact that it just doesn't really hit too hard after a Shell Smash, but it does have high powered stabs in Fire Blast and Draco Meteor, which I can respect Turtonator for. Now Tyrantrum, A tier. Tyrant, A tier. I love these Pokemon, one of my favorite fossils of all time. Rock Dragon is a very cool type, and if you ask me, and all the fossils have to be rock at this point, but yeah, adding the dragon type onto it made it really cool. Head Smash Rock Head is just very scary in the RU tier, especially with Choice Scarf at his hand, because not a lot can switch into that outside, like stuff like Bronzong and stuff like Virizion as well don't want to take that as well. So yeah, it hits very hard. And Tyrant, I appreciate Tyrant's design as well. Same with Vibrava right now, to be honest, which is also A tier, because it is the pre-evolution of Flygon, my favorite Pokemon of all time, which is never ever going to change really. And yeah, Vibrava is pretty cool. Dragonfly, and I always wondered as a kid, how the hell is this thing a dragon when you have things like Charizard, regular Charizard that isn't a dragon, Aerodactyl, etc. And like, it's in the same tier as things like Kyurem Black and Latios and stuff like that, but it still manages to be a dragon, which I find pretty cool as well. Now moving on to Zekrom, we're almost done with the list, guys, so thank you a lot if you're still in this video just to see where your favorite dragon type ends up. But yeah, Zekrom is A as well. I do appreciate Zekrom as well. Is the deep black Pokemon. Like, black is probably my second favorite color as well, and Zekrom really rocks that as well. It's just, like, the black just really works on Zekrom, you know. And Dragon Electric is a pretty cool typing as well, if you ask me. Now Zweilous is Zweilous as well. probably next to Hydreigon, to be honest. I do appreciate Zweilous a lot because it took me forever to evolve my Zweilous into Hydreigon back in Pokemon Black and White. So yeah, I kept Zweilous for a good amount of time, and it has hustle. Like, it's not a special attacker like his evolution, but it still manages to do some stuff. Like, but I want Zweilous and Gen 8 to get like a steel type move or poison type move, like Poison Jab. So in NFE, it actually doesn't lose to fairies, because right now I really want to make Zweilous work in NFE, because it actually has a really high attack stat, and it has decent bulk as well, coupled with Eviolite in the tier. But again, it has no way of hitting like stuff like Togetic and Clefairy, which really sucks. Otherwise, apart from that, it hits everything decently hard. So yeah, Poison Jab please, or Iron Tail. Oh well, it doesn't have a tail. Iron Head in Gen 8 please, I'd appreciate that. Now finally we reached the Zygarde form. Zygarde 10, Zygarde 50, and Perfect Zygarde, the father form, aka this is gonna be pretty hard for me. I'll put Perfect Zygarde in A because I appreciate its design. Not as shiny though. Zygarde 50 in here, and probably Zygarde 10 in B, because yeah, it just isn't as cool as the rest of them. So yeah guys, we have finally completed the dragon type tier list, and I hope you guys have sticked to the end of the video to see where your favorite dragon types ended up. And I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Really appreciate it. Doing these videos is really fun. I like talking about like certain Pokemon, and you know how I get onto my stories with these Pokemon, and I'll just start talking. It gets me happy talk about these Pokemon so much. But yeah, leave a like down below if you guys did enjoy this video, and leave a comment if you want, telling me your favorite dragon type or something, or if you agree or disagree with my tier list. Like, I don't think some people would put Mega Garchomp in C, or like Kyurem or the Mega Latios in B, but yeah, just I would like to hear you guys' opinion on that. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching this video again, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.